Up. There we go. Good morning, everyone. Happy Coffee Talk Tuesday. Today we are talking about Instagram Reels and if it's really worth it or not. So you guys know the deal. Say hi when you get here. Um, Instagram Reels, we talked about it and we did a couple posts on it previously just on how to work it. We talked about how it is kind of Instagram's way to combat TikTok. Let's talk about if it's really worth getting onto or not. All right, so the thing about when platforms first come out with something, there's a big pro to being an early adopter of the platform, whether it's a new platform or it's a new feature of the platform. But you definitely get favorable exposure when you're one of the first couple of people that go onto a platform, or if you're starting to post more on a new feature that a platform has, um, such as Reels. Good morning, Graham. Thanks for tuning in. So you definitely get favorable exposure and you get more reach that way. So the one good thing about getting on early, as a lot of people found with TikTok, when TikTok exploded, people who were on it earlier got better reach. So early adoption is definitely a great thing if you're trying to increase your brand awareness. It's also really easy to use. So you create 15-second videos using all different features, filters, stickers, music, the whole thing, which is great because it's not a big production value. It doesn't take a lot of time to create these videos. And Instagram gives you all the tools that you need in order to create these videos. And the other great thing is that it stays on your Reels page. So it's not like stories where they will disappear after 24 hours, right? Unless you keep them to your highlights. So it actually stays on your Reels feed or on your feed, which is great because, having different ways to get to people with your brand, show your brand, have them get to know your brand is great. So when somebody lands on your feed and they see all your reels and your fun videos and stuff like that, it's a really great way to get your brand across. Good morning, Fred. Thanks for tuning in. The only bad thing, well, not the only thing, but the bad thing about Reels is they're not the easiest to find right now. You have to be kind of actively looking for the Reels. I know they will come up on your Discover feed, and they are starting to kind of throw them in the middle of just the regular feeds to watch, but they're not the easiest to find presently. So they're going to actually have their own page, kind of like I think like IGTV does, but that's coming out soon. So you might be asking yourself, well, Kelsey, should I do Reels or should I do Stories? Obviously, the answer is, the quick answer is whatever you have time. We want to put content out all the time on every platform possible in an ideal world. But the fact of the matter is not everybody has time to do that, which is understandable. So if you're thinking about like what to do where, we're gonna break it down for you. So Reels versus Stories, the downside to stories is you can only share the stories that you're tagged in. So, if we do something to stories and you think that it's super great, you can't share it to your story to show other people what we posted. Unless we tagged you in the stories. But Reels is easily shareable across multiple outlets. So as a creator, I can either put it on my grid or I can share it to my story. And then also the people that find our content interesting and amazing, because it always is, they can share it with their friends. You can send it in a message or share it to their story. And that increases your exposure. Good morning, Oscar. Thanks for tuning in. If someone likes our content and then shares it, one of their friends might like our content, and then that just broadens our reach. and brand awareness, which is obviously always great and what everybody wants. So it can be easily shared across multiple places. It also, Reels gives you the opportunity to have a little bit more exposure than stories. So unlike stories where you can only do 10 hashtags, in Reels, you can actually do the 30 hashtags just like a regular post. So that people who use hashtags gain exposure and reach, is obviously a great thing to keep in mind if you're trying to delineate which which part of the platform you're going to populate with your content. The other really cool thing, and this is for my people who are doing ads out there, is you can actually use Instagram Reels in order to create retargeting audiences in your ads manager. So that video views that we talk about every once in a while, you can actually use the audience from your Instagram Reels to make a video views custom lookalike audience, which can be really great because, we all know that video does phenomenal. Good morning, Catherine. Video posts do phenomenal. So the fact that Reels makes it super easy to create a video and then put that content out there is great. And then being able to track the people who watch that content. The only kind of downside I would say to that is the fact that because Instagram Reels is so new and Instagram is just trying to, pull everybody towards that part of the platform, and let people know that it's there and kind of draw people to it, they are probably showing your videos to people who may be outside of your target market. So people who, it's not just your followers that are going to see these Instagram Reels. It's going to be, more people than that because they're trying to pump up the platform, right? Or that part of the platform. So they may not necessarily be in your target market, which is the only kind of downside to using Instagram Reels in your ads manager or to run your video ads. So that's, just some things to keep in mind when it comes to whether you're going to post on stories or whether you're going to post on Reels. The other big question that I'm sure everybody is wondering is TikTok or Reels. So obviously Reels was made to kind of rival TikTok. They're very, very similar in their format. Facebook and Instagram are kind of known to do that. They did the same thing with Snapchat and stories. So the thing between TikTok and Reels is 41% of TikTok's audience, which is about 800 million, are between the ages of 16 and 24. So if that's not your target demographic, you should probably think if TikTok, spending your time curating content for TikTok is the right business move. Instagram, on the other hand, has 1 billion users, and about 29% are between the ages of 18 and 24. So you just, do the math, figure out if this is what your target demographic is, or the best place to try to get your brand awareness and reach. Reels does allow you to have 2,200 characters as opposed to TikTok's 150. So if you have a lot of information or content that you're trying to get out there, I wouldn't necessarily use TikTok or Reels as like the sales aspect of your marketing funnel, but definitely for the brand awareness and consideration, just getting information out there about your brand, maybe doing fun little personality videos. If your brand was a person, what would they be like? Who would they be? How would they be? So that would be great. So Reels allowing you to have more characters to type things out is obviously going to allow you to give more information to your potential clients or customers. The other great thing about Reels versus TikTok is that there's more content on Instagram. So if you think about TikTok, when you open TikTok, first off, the volume turns on automatically. So that can get a little embarrassing if you're in a crowded room. But with TikTok, it kind of just keeps rolling through videos, right? And it's just this constant roll through videos. And then once you're kind of saturated and done watching these videos, you just close the app. With Instagram, on the other hand, there's other features to Instagram where you can go once you're done watching videos. So let's say you start on Reels and you're watching your Reels and then you're over the Reels. So maybe you're going to scroll through your feed for a little bit and you're going to look at pictures. And then maybe you go back up to the top and you start watching some stories. So Instagram will keep you on the app longer, which would allow you to kind of capture your target market and show them more content in different ways. So that's definitely a plus for Reels over TikTok. It's also kind of hard to stand out on TikTok. I mean, there between all the dance videos, trying to find your niche, and if dancing's not really your thing, it's kind of hard to stand out. There's a lot of people doing a lot of things. Jason Derulo's just taken over everything. His TikToks are great. But the benefit to TikTok is they're already established. Reels, on the other hand, is still in its infancy. It's still kind of trying to figure out what its niche is going to be. Is it going to be the TikTok of Instagram? Because who knows what's going to happen with TikTok, if they're going to be allowed to continue on or not. As of right now, it's not looking so great. So you're going to see a bunch of people jump over to Reels, which is where that early adoption may come into play. TikTok does have better analytics, though, and you know how we feel about analytics here. We love them. So Reels does have a long way to come when it comes to analytics. Being able to see, who watched your video and how long. You really can only see likes and engagement on Reels right now. So TikTok definitely has better analytics. But like I said, it all depends on who your target demographic is. If you have a younger demographic that you're trying to capture, or if you just think that it's fun, you can get on TikTok. But also remember that you can take those videos, and if we're a big repurposing people, so if you create content, feel free to use it other places. That's totally fine, because you're going to reach different audiences on different platforms. All right, guys. So that is my Coffee Talk Tuesday on Instagram Reels. Is it really worth it? Get it? Just a quick overview. Early adoption, you're definitely going to get favorable exposure. You're going to get more reach. It is easy to create 15-second videos with different tags and all the fun things that you can play with to make your videos interesting. And it does stay on Reels. It's not like Stories. It does not go away. And we all know video does very well on these platforms. It is unfortunately hard to find right now, but as it gains in popularity, I think that people are definitely going to start seeking that out. But also Instagram's going to find a way to make it easier for you to find, because it's going to have its own grid page. If you're thinking of Reels versus Stories you can only share if you are tagged in. Unlike Reels can be shared on your grid. They can be in your story. You can send it as a message. So there's all different ways that you can share with your friends. You can share to your story. Reels can easily be shared in multiple places. Reels have more visibility with 30 hashtags as opposed to the 10 that you can do in Stories. And you can create retargeting audiences from your Reels, but unfortunately, that may include people who aren't necessarily within your target demographic, and because they're trying to pump up that platform. And then if you're thinking about TikTok versus Reels, obviously the political landscape of TikTok is up in the air, not looking so great. But 41% of their 800 million users are between the age of 16 and 24. So it is definitely a younger skewed platform. And then only 29% of the 1 billion users on Instagram are between 18 and 24. Reels does allow you to have 2,200 characters as opposed to 150 that are on TikTok. You can definitely keep people entertained longer on Instagram, because there's different ways for them to view content on your Reels, on your Stories, on your page, on your grid, in your newsfeed. Meanwhile, TikTok just keeps those videos on rolling. It is hard to stand out on TikTok. There's a lot of people that blew up overnight, and they're kind of holding that attention. There's a lot of dance videos, a lot of challenges. So it is kind of hard to stand out on TikTok, but Reels is not exactly established yet. So they're trying to find their own little niche market. And TikTok definitely has better analytics than Instagram Reels does. Life Coach Fred, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the coffee talk. I hope you have a great day too, or a great week. Good morning, Tracy. Thanks, Nofo Town and Country. Craig, thanks for joining in. I'm glad you guys all enjoyed. If you have any questions about which part of the platform or which platform is right for you, between if you want to do stories, if you want to do reels, if you want to do TikTok, always feel free to give us a shout. And if you have any questions at all, as usual, don't be afraid to ask. Ace Bat Pup, thanks for tuning in. Love a good pop in the morning. Well, guys, that's it. Coffee Talk Tuesday. I hope you guys all have an awesome week, and we will see you next week. Bye.